Alright, in this video I'll talk or show you a simple stuff which is more important on if you're sitting on server, but you can use it on desktop also. So uh, why I'm saying it is useful on server, because if you ever been to in a server, and if there are bunch of or many, so each and every server has got different significance, right? So there is a kind of message of the day which is a kind of banner when you logged into the server, or when there is a prompt for there is a banner which describe the purpose of that particular server, right? So that is why that importance of MOTD has come. Okay, now you can have it in desktop environment with a much more fancier stuff. Server doesn't have got all these things. We used to have all this uh, important information in MOTD on server in yesteryear. All the important stuff like what this server is for, what are this thing, what is that thing, all related to that specific server, because it will help you to give it some sort of heads up once you get into the server. Likewise, because here I'm going to show you how you can do it's a part and parcel of every damn Linux distribution, right? So, and whatever the distribution, it doesn't matter. It can be done on any distribution, any Linux. It doesn't matter what is the distribution is. Okay, so I have curated my MOTD, and I'm going to trim it, but at this moment I did it a few years back, so it is still lying that it come to my mind. I thought it will be good to tell people or to let them know so they can put the required stuff for their for their for their working, right? So there are plethora of software available out in the market which does the same thing with a much more fancier stuff. I'm using one of them, but I'm going to get rid of it soon, as I said in my other backlog videos, because I don't find that's necessary. Anyway, so let me spawn up a terminal and let me get it a little big. Okay, so basically there is a file in etc folder which is called rc.local, which is supposed to be an executable file, right? And I have to, all I did, I directed all the output whatever I have put inside that file, directed into the file called etc issue, right? There's a file called issue inside etc directory. So on the time once the boot finish, it shows the stuff from that file. It's the issue. Okay, so there is another file called etc issue.net. So this is the, let me show you what it looked like. See, this is the file. As I said to you, I'm using one of the fancy stuff. Here I'm using NeoFetch for, and I'm putting that information inside the issue file. As I said to you, that file gets written once the booting complete. So it shows you the content it has inside that file. It will show you on the TTY. Okay. So then what I did, I put the date of the current date and appended to that information whatever provided by that software, appended in that specific file, the same file, right? Double greater than means appending to the existing content. uh, there is a variable called hg which I'm trying to capture. There's a program called top. Okay, I'm trying to run top with a beef batch mode. Okay, and then I pipe it to the first four column of the output with head -1. Okay, so uh, if I verbosely type that top bn1 head, sorry, head -4, right? That's what I've written. See, this is basically look like the header of the top program. Understand? If you ever run a program called top, the header looks like this, which I'm taking the input and put it into a variable. Then I echoed out this content and appended to this etc issue file along with the previous two information. Likewise, I have hard coded few stuff in the title variable. Again, I just ran df input just to know the file information of my partitions from a specific partition. Okay, these three are different partition in my machine, so I'm trying to get the information of these three partition space. Okay, then I appended the title information, this line under the top. Okay, once, so then I appended the disk info variable content to this file. Basically, I'm editing one single file, that is etc issue. Okay, and all those stuff redirected into that file. Okay, so and chvt is change virtual terminal is number 2. I did it for a different reason. While booting, I preserve my first TTY for something else, and directly it will go to once the system boot, that directly it will go to the second virtual terminal. As simple as that. This is the meaning of this command chvt2. Okay, so let me show you how the present scenario, how the MOTD look. See, so I'm sitting on this distribution. That is why this, you know how NeoFetch work, right? So, and this is the stuff I shown to you. I added the date, present date, right? And then you see it's still, because I haven't rebooted from yesterday or day before yesterday. That's why it's not, it only change when I boot the system, right? etc rc local content is initialized or executed at the fag end of the booting. So I haven't rebooted the system for last 2-3 days. That's why the date is still. Okay, if I rebooted it, the date will change to now, today's date. So I just clarified that if you see a stale date, don't get alarmed. Then as I shown to you, I just get the top four line of the top binary output and put it here just to see it's an old habit, die hard. It is from the sitting on the server. So these things comes in desktop. You don't need this kind of stuff. You might have put some other stuff. I just, as I said, put it out of habit. And this is the partition where I'm booting from this OS, and these are the partition where my different data stuff reside, which gets putted with my other OS. um, so this is, once the system get boots, at the end of boot you'll get a I'll get this kind of prompt, and it will change. I ran five different distros, four I believe, and all of them done different thing, but in similar format, which is useful sometime for me to. This portion is useful just to give me a quick glance about it. If I sit on a server, I could have put much more information here related to the specific server where I'm going to get in, right? So this idea came from here, came from that notion, that thing. So this is a fancy, but you could make it a much more useful if you want to. It's a simple thing. So the 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 point is that whatever you put in this file, and this will get executed at the fag end of the booting, means it is the last file will be examined during the booting stage, and the content will be dish out on the TTY. Okay, so this information can be changed and used as per your liking, but this is the file you have to. One little heads up, because the location of this file in other different ways I ran is this location is different, but the other location of that particular file is quite different. It distribution specific and is easy to figure it out. It's not a big deal, but in general, in a standardized way, this is the standard place where you put stuff, and this is where the things are going at the end of the booting. Simple. I thought it will be useful or interesting to some people. It's mostly fancy, but you could make it a hugely useful if you want to. There is a scope, there is a way, there is, and it's pretty darn easy. So anybody can do that. It's not a big deal. I hope this will entertain some people and encourage to play with it for their benefit. Thanks.